Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped and welcome to Hammer Time. Now in just a couple of weeks time it is the Goodwood members meeting and Bonhams have a pretty spectacular auction taking place over the race weekend, and going under the hammer amongst many lots is that 1976 iconic 911 rally car in Martini livery campaigned by Bjorn Valdegaard. I'm here today with Bonhams, who are creating their promo video for the auction. I was invited to take a look behind the scenes and tell you more about that stunning car. Now we're up here in the hills of Hampshire, not a million miles from where I used to live, and it's been an action-packed day of filming. We've been at it since 8:30 this morning. It is now 3 o'clock. We've got a professional drone crew here, we've got a professional production company here, trying to create a really cool intro video to the auction showcasing this car, but also leading into an auction that has some incredible cars going under the hammer. And this car behind me, what I love about it is it has the most patina of any race car I've ever seen, I think. It's got bumps and dinks and scrapes, and it's got desert mud and dust. It's an absolutely stunning thing. And we're using this car to generate some interest for the sale. Now the plan here is, in this video I want to talk a little bit about this car, but also I want to tell you about my 5 favourite cars that are going under the hammer at the members meeting auction. But absolutely stunning thing. So let's find out more about this car. I'm going to walk you around the car in a little bit more detail. I love the bull bars on the front. Clearly campaigned in the desert, so you have these on the front just in case you come up against any, I don't know, goats or camels or other types of wildlife that you're not expecting. Full set of rally headlights. I absolutely love the air horns protruding from the front bonnet section. Iconic Martini livery, but this car really has seen some action. It's a stunning thing. It's got the famous Fuchs alloys. I love the CBA spot lamp instead of a rear view mirror. If we go around and have a look on the inside, it really is a proper rally car in there. I don't think the outside really has been cleaned a great deal in its history. It's like these Le Mans cars that maintain all the dirt and grime after they've campaigned. It's been a regular visitor to the Festival of Speed as well. That is some collection of Festival of Speed stickers, that's for sure. Then you come around the back, iconic ducktail. It's just a very cool thing.
This 911 is a 1976 911 Carrera 3-litre rally car, and it's unique amongst historic Porsches insofar that it has covered more competitive kilometres, some 30,000, than any other product from the celebrated Stuttgart factory. To put that into perspective, that's equivalent to circumnavigating the world 3 times. It was built specifically for the 1977 London to Sydney Marathon, and since then it's competed in numerous other long-distance rallies, including the Repco Reliability Trial around Australia in 1979, the Australian Safari Rally in 1985 and 1988, Targa Tasmania in 96, the London to Sydney Marathon in 2004, and the East African Classic Safari Rally in 2005, as well as appearing at many of the most prestigious historic motorsport events, including the Festival of Speed at Goodwood. The history of the car is fascinating and detailed in the car's description in the Bonhams auction catalogue online. I'll put a link to the online catalogue in the description below. The estimate for this historic 911 is between £200,000 and £300,000. So off he goes again. What we're now doing is getting some audio
So there's a mic inside the car, there's a mic on the outside of the car, just going up and down this tree line just to get some audio to drop into the film. But you watch the car and just the dust kicking up. It's such a perfect day, the weather's so beautiful. Really very, very cool. But it's also just brilliant being here on such a professional shoot. There's such a big crew, and I cannot wait to see the finished article. It makes my kind of YouTube attempts with just a handheld camcorder and maybe a GoPro later look a little bit feeble, to be honest. So we have now transported ourselves to a very familiar place. We're here at Goodwood with the car. We've been at it all day. It's been an epic day shooting. The guys with the drone and the tracking footage, I think they've got all the shots that they need, apart from the last one, which is the golden hour here at Goodwood to get some shots of the car as the sun goes down. You've got that beautiful light at the end of the day. Now, members meeting is on the 9th and 10th of April here at Goodwood. Now, you do have to be a member, but you only need to be a fellowship member, and you can access that if you go to the Goodwood website. We'll put links in the description below. You can become a Goodwood fellow, and then you can get tickets to the members meeting. And for me, members meeting is one of my favourite Goodwood events. It's a really small scale event. It's held here at the motor circuit. There's a whole range of different classic motor races. They're a little bit more contemporary than the Revival. Revival cars finished in 1966 when the motor circuit closed. At members meeting you get some slightly newer stuff, more things that I remember as a kid. This year they've got an epic V10 Formula 1 car high-speed demonstration, and I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. But the Bonhams auction itself takes place, it's actually over that way in the paddocks just on the outside of the circuit. And this car, along with a whole bunch of others, is going to be put up for sale. So let me take you through my top 5 cars I am most looking forward to seeing go under the hammer at the Goodwood members meeting.
Okay, first up is lot 4, a 1974 BMW 2002 coupe. This 2002 BMW is finished in factory Chamonix white but has a full Marlboro wrap, keeping it very much in the 1970s competition car look, although the car's never actually been raced or tracked and is fully road legal. It's been in the vendor's possession since July 2016, and the car's been in several magazines and won numerous trophies over the last 5 years at various shows. I just love the look of this car. It jumped straight out of the page at me, and with an estimate of £20,000 to £30,000, it's not an unrealistic place to start my top 5. Grab yourself a track day weapon and a Cars and Coffee star. Second up, one of my all-time favourite classics, and literally the next lot number 5, a 1964 Austin Healey 3000 Mark III Phase 2 convertible. What would turn out to be the final big Healey variant, the 3000 Mark III, had 148 horsepower and appeared in early 1964, to be followed later that year by the Phase 2 version. Now, the top speed was only 121 miles an hour, and 0 to 60 took just under 10 seconds, so not quick by today's standard, but I've always loved the look of a Healey 3000, just stunning. Estimate for this beauty, £35,000 to £55,000. So for number 3, let's go a little bit wild with lot number 8, a 2011 Forced India Mercedes VJM04 Formula 1 car. Now, this car is offered without a reserve, and it's actually being offered by the Aston Martin Formula 1 team. It competed in 19 Grand Prix, it had 8 top 10 finishes, and was driven by Paul di Resta and Nico Hülkenberg. And it just goes to show the diversity of the cars that go through the Bonhams sale room. This car is offered in assembled rolling chassis show car configuration, so unfortunately it doesn't have the 2.4 litre Mercedes-Benz V8 engine and 7-speed gearbox in the back. But with an estimate of £90,000 to £130,000, this could be the best ever addition to your man cave. For my fourth choice, let's have some classic American muscle with lot number 9, a 1968 Shelby Mustang GT 350 Fastback Coupe. Now this car was sold as new to Courtesy Motors of Littleton, Colorado on the 5th of July 1968. The Shelby Mustang GT350 was then shipped to a Ford dealer in California. The original factory to dealer paperwork reveals that this car was ordered with white power disc brakes, power steering, shoulder harnesses, fold down rear seats, push button AM radio and tilting steering wheel. I just love all of those old specifications. Now in 2006 the engine and transmission were removed and rebuilt and replaced with a Ford Racing 5-litre XB3 crate engine producing 350 horsepower and a Tremec TKO 500 5-speed manual transmission. I just love this thing. Just a shame the estimate is £85,000 to £100,000, just a touch out of my budget. So talking of budget, let's finish with the highest estimate car, lot 41, a beautiful 1967 Maserati Mistral 4000 Spider with coach work by Carrera Frua. I am bound to have said that wrong. I just love the look of this car. Very desirable 5-speed manual transmission model. This particular Mistral Spider 4000 was produced on the 9th of January 1967 and left the factory bound for New York, USA. In 1980 the Mistral was purchased as a partially dismantled restoration project from the USA and imported into the UK in 1981 by the current vendor, where it was fully restored to its former splendour. With an estimate of £300,000 to £400,000, it's definitely out of my price range, but I can still dream.
As you can see, there's some amazing cars. I'll put a link to the Bonhams auction catalogue in the description below so you can check all the different cars out for yourself. Now what I'm going to do at members meeting is head over to the actual sale room and go and have a look at those cars in person, because this is the only car I've actually seen physically at the moment. It's got its scars from the day, it's covered in mud and dust just like a rally car should be. But the plan is at members meeting I'm going to go over and have a look at all the different cars, walk you around the sale room, but you've still got time if you're interested in any of those cars to kind of have a look at the online catalogue, get yourself to the members meeting in person. But I think it's going to be an amazing event. I will be covering it both days, both the auction and all the action on track as well, and I cannot wait. But put in the comments below, which is your standout car from the catalogue for the Bonhams auction? I'd love to know what you think. I've got a real soft spot for this. I'm not so sure whether or not it'd be interesting to see the kind of buyer for this car. I think it would definitely be a collection piece, but it would be a shame not to see this car to be continued to be campaigned. It's had such a prestigious history in its rallying days and it's used all the time. To not see it being used would be a great shame. But anyway, massive thanks to the guys at Bonhams for inviting me along to see behind the scenes. I will put a link as soon as this video, the promo video, as soon as it's finished, I'll put a link on all my socials, so make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and I will put a link to it. But I'm going to leave you with the sexy shots we're going to get of this in the golden hour here at Goodwood. Such a special place.